Toyota trucks are different. Tacoma is built for your life's adventures. Dependable day in and day out for weekend warriors and as a die-hard work truck. Tacomas also do better when it comes to fuel costs. Now's the time to buy right. Toyota trucks are different.
Inside PressBox is presented by Friedmont Mortgage. Don't make a 30-year mistake by choosing the wrong lender. Go to Friedmont.com now for all of your mortgage needs. And welcome to another edition of Inside PressBox, the program that goes inside not just the pages of our monthly print product, nor do we endeavor on this program to just gloss over what we place on PressBoxOnline.com. Rather, we try to dig deep to bring you the variety of sports information, and we think you are going to be entertained this week. As such, this program, can you believe it's been 30 years since the Orioles have played in the World Series, and it's been 29 years since the Orioles have had a 20-game winner? We'll Skype with that last winner of 20 games in a season for the Birds, Mike Boddicker, about his participation in a 30-year anniversary signing event in Charm City. Grand Prix of Baltimore is fast approaching, and I do mean fast, and we'll have two folks intimately involved with making it successful for fans, vendors, drivers, and race management. One is not only a local driver, but also the founder of Team Baltimore Racing, Mark Bunting. But our first guest oversees the entire kit and caboodle, the GM of the Grand Prix of Baltimore. That's Tim Mayer. Tim, I thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
And I really appreciate the fact you remembered that you saw me a week before my surgery.
Yep, you were looking a little sore at that time.
I was hurting, but all's well that ends well.
There you go.
The Grand Prix. Will we be saying that come September 2nd and 3rd, that all's well that ends well?
Well, I think we're going to have a great weekend, and I think we're working really hard right now to secure the future of the Grand Prix for the long term. We certainly have a contract with the city through 2016 and just need to renew the contracts with IndyCar and the American Le Mans Series. Any
doubts at all that you will move forward with another race next year and the year after, as of right now, the way you project things?
You know, I think that these last 2 years have been an investment for us, so we really want to make sure that we can make that investment pay off. So we're working very hard to make that happen.
You know, I talk to people, and everybody's an expert on everything. You talk to certain business people, and I'm sure they don't look at the books of the Grand Prix of Baltimore, but they say, some people tell me, unless you can get away from the warehouse and having to deal with the Orioles and the Ravens, that this thing can't make economic sense. I know you have a lot of challenges in this race. Can it work in its existing location?
You know, I don't think the O's and the Ravens are really an impediment to us. They've worked really hard with us. You know, the O's particularly, they're playing during our race setup. You know, we work hand in glove with them. You know, there's certainly some economics that are involved in all of that. But really, the entire venue itself is very challenging. I mean, we have to put up a 2-mile racetrack in the middle of a downtown environment while everybody's trying to do their own business. So, you know, that in itself is really the challenge. What really needs to happen here is we need to cement this as a bookend to the summer for the city of Baltimore. And I think once we've established that tradition, people are going to be able to see that they can bring businesses in, they can do hospitality. And once that engine starts going, I think that's when it starts to pay.
The venue you think you can work around, the dates of being Labor Day weekend, is that critical to it? Because you then get into the potential for weather calamity, which the first year the race was run, you just missed by a week. What would happen should bad weather come?
Well,
let's keep our fingers crossed it doesn't.
I do a lot of praying, I'll tell you. But the weekend itself, both major series, the American Le Mans Series and IndyCar, both can run in the rain. So we're going to run rain or shine. What we can't deal with is a hurricane.
Okay.
Because if the track floods, that's when it gets really hard. These aren't boats; they really are cars. But we do a lot of work. We actually help clean all the drains in the city of Baltimore to make sure that the water flows away, just as a for instance. Really, the bigger issue for us is that the various facilities that we use, the Ravens Stadium, the O Stadium, and the Convention Center, do have events that are booked out for years in advance.
Okay.
So we kind of do this Rubik's Cube between the NFL schedule, the MLB schedule, the city schedule, and of course IndyCar and the American Le Mans Series, which next year will be United Sports Car Group. And we're working through that right now for 2014. I'm confident we're going to find a date. And really, as long as we can keep it within a 2 or 3 week window at the end of the summer, I think that'll work out fine for us.
Tell our viewers again the dates of the race. I know it's Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day
weekend. You got
weekend.
stuff going on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We got about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Tell us about it.
Well, we've got an action-packed all 3 days. So Sunday is the IndyCar feature. Those are the open-wheel cars. And on Saturday, we've got the feature of the American Le Mans Series. So those are the sports cars, the Ferraris, the Porsches. Mark is a Porsche driver by trade. And we have, as well, throughout the weekend, we've got qualifying and practice. We've got live concerts on throughout the venue. We've got the SK Family Fun Zone. We've got the Budweiser Party Zone. So whether you're a family that's coming out for fun, whether you're somebody who likes a good party, or if you like racing, we're in good shape.
All right. Tell people they can still buy tickets, right,
Yep.
up to the last minute at GrandPrixOfBaltimore.com.
That's it, GrandPrixOfBaltimore.com.
All right. Now, I asked you some of the tough questions today. The drivers, though, I hear, and we got about 40 seconds, they really like this course.
I think they do. I mean, it's really challenging. It's got some very fast straights. It's also got some technical pieces to it. There's rough, there's smooth, there's places to pass. For a street course, it's very wide. So I think it's got all the elements. We've made some little improvements this year, so we've reacted to some things the drivers told us. I think it's going to be a great race.
All right. Best of luck over the weekend. And again, it can be seen right here on ABC2 on Saturday.
On Sunday is the American Le Mans Series race on ABC2. And also on Sunday is the IndyCar race on NBC Sports.
All right. Thank you again, Tim, for coming in. When we get back, we'll go down to the ground floor of racing with Mark Bunting of Team Baltimore. Don't go away. Celebrate Jonathan Ogden's Hall of Fame career with this limited edition Collector's Magazine, which covers Ogden's career from high school to the pros and beyond. Enjoy behind-the-scenes stories from his coaches, as well as the team's decision to make Ogden the Ravens' first-ever draft pick in 1996. Reserve your copy now at PressBoxOnline.com.